Hey, Kevin, thanks for coming on the show. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling great after those two wins. I kind of feel better.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. We'll get a little bit more into that in just a bit. But first, just want to ask what are some of the differences from the direction of past series that you noticed from the direction of the newly branded NASCAR Canada series?
First off, I think the name, it's always great to have sponsors like Pinty's in the series, but I think I came in the series while it was another sponsor, and then it became Pinty's, and I think we just need to re-educate everybody every time the name changes. So I think the series being called NASCAR Canada, it's much better, much easier for people to follow and to know what we're talking about. So that's one thing, and I think they're just doing so much better on the marketing side or social media, and I think it translates. We've seen bigger crowds everywhere we went, and it might not have any link or anything to do with that, but I'm pretty sure it's at some point it's linked with something with that NASCAR does now, because the bigger crowds we got at every track was this year, and it's the first year that the new team is in place. So I think it's all positive.
Okay, okay. I know Damon wanted to ask something here.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kevin, last time we spoke was at the track after first practice where you had, were fastest overall, and while CTMP didn't exactly go the way you would have wanted as a finish, you've been on an absolute hot streak since then. Three poles, two second place finishes, and two wins. So, do you chalk that up to changes in the competition or maybe just having teammates with this new collaboration team that you're with this year? What do you attest to the absolute crazy performance you've had this year? The one mechanical failure notwithstanding.
Well, yeah, it's a mechanical failure. I would say it happens every single year, but so I'm kind of used to it, and we drive those cars very hard, and maybe I'm one of the hardest drivers, so hard on mechanics. So for sure, sometimes it breaks. But yeah, the speed was there every single race. We led. I think we led the most laps at every races or close to it at least. So we were on leading laps every time. Lap times are there. I think it's just for sure the help that Etienne, our new crew chief, brings to the team. His experience, it helps a lot, and the fact that we're two very good drivers in the team, two aggressive drivers. Also, we got the help of Raphael Lessard, for testing on ovals. It brings a lot of experience and data. And that's what we need, for the new chief engineer or crew chief, however you call it, to come in the team and have some data. He needs to analyze something, and so we worked hard. We went at the track to get some data. He analyzed what he wanted to do, and it pays off. It was a little bit scary, I would say, at Chaudière, the first practice, first qualifying. We were not so fast, but then it translated the speed. I think myself and Andrew, we had to adapt to the new car and build confidence for qualifying. What we didn't do for the first time on oval, but since then it's just incredible. The car is so easy to drive, and now we got the team has 4 wins in 5 races, and if it wasn't enough of the transmission at CTMP, would have been 5-on-5.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, speaking of like, your car easy drive, would you say that the car that you're driving this year, like the chassis body, is it the same as last year? So are you really chalking up this uh, increase in performance to having Etienne as your new like car chief and just this whole collaboration?
The chassis exactly the same. We changed some steering parts, suspension parts, but no, it's all things that we could have done in the past. It's just different way to think, to even my, it's not something that I would say we were lucky enough, but Etienne won't say that. He knows what he's talking about and what he's doing, but the speed was right away. But it's not something that we can go testing and really feel the difference. Like myself in the car, I can feel there's a difference, but I cannot feel if it's better or not. We need to get around other drivers, like other good drivers, and that's not something you get to do really on oval. So it's hard. Like first thing when you get a new crew chief and you get out of the car, and he's like, "How do you like it?" Well, is it gotta be faster? I don't know, but it feels good. So so I think it brings a lot of confidence that the old time that I was not like so like not so confident in testing, that Etienne was always confident, and we saw that the speed is there. So now full trust. I think the atmosphere in the team is so good because of that he's so calm. And but like I say, it's not big difference. It's just a little bit everywhere, and it's really hard to feel.
Okay. And Jordan, I think, had some questions regarding kind of the coming together of this team throughout the off season, and just kind of the fact that Andrew Ranger's your teammate, but is still driving a Chevy. I assume that's partly because of the sponsor. Anything you can add on that per se?
Well, yeah, for sure. It has to do with the sponsorship with the GM Paillet. So for sure we don't have any sponsorship from Dodge ourselves as a team, but we used to have some help from a Dodge dealership, so that's why we have all these Dodge parts. But the chassis are the same, the engines are the same. It's just the body, so it changes a little bit the aero, but I won't say it will make any big difference. So for sure, we still we're good friends ourselves with a Dodge owner, dealer owner, and Andrew has a sponsorship from GM. So that's why we have two different cars, but underneath the body, it's the exact same cars.
Nice. Yeah. I'll wrap around a little bit later about the cars a little bit more, but first I want to ask, walk us through your weekend at Riverside.
The thing is we talked through the years, and I'm always confident about the performance or the speed of the team now, even better, even more now. But seems like I've always been unlucky at some point, and like I went at Riverside and just like, okay, we're gonna be fast, but what's gonna happen, So the thing that the whole weekend, like we were fast in practice. We qualified pole. We led almost every lap. It made it so great, and a big stress relief. But going to Riverside, I would say, like, even the last two ovals, we were the quickest car and we didn't win. So, and at the end of the day, finishing second, it's good. But when you're the fastest, you want to win. And so going to Riverside, I was not like, yeah, I was confident about the speed, but I was still keeping, I don't know, I'll say that in English, but I was not thinking about the win.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. For me, some of my favorite moments in that race, you were able to start up front. You're staying up front. You had Hathaway and P2 pretty much behind you the whole race for both races. There were a couple of restarts where it came close here and there. Take us through that.
Well, Jason is one of those drivers that he can rough me up as much as he wants, and I'll never get mad. It's just, I don't know. It's so great. I don't have the same patience with with every drivers, I would say, but we were it was a hard battle. We cannot really see it from the outside, but our wheels touched, our doors touched, and it was good racing. And I know that there's no intention of taking me out. So that's why we drive side by side with so much confidence, and we can have fun on the track and laugh about it at the track. Last time we had a contact or an accident together. Like our team members were fighting while we were laughing about it. So no, I think it was just nice to have some competitors because the car was so fast. So early I would say early on brand new tires. The car was, I drove like, I don't know. At some point, I had like 10-second lead. 10-second lead before yellow. And I think Jason, his car was getting better near the end, and I think it made it very interesting for the fans and even for me. Leading with 10 seconds, it's nice. We want to win, but it's even nicer when we fight for a win. So that was great.
Yeah, it was fun watching you navigate the lap traffic there. And yeah, you were almost half a track ahead at one point. And so as we continue the season, how do you feel now that you have back-to-back wins?
It feels great, really, because I know I've always had the speed on road course, and now we have the speed on oval. So it just feels so, it's such a big stress relief that we've been going down, I would say, in speed every year since the last 5 years. I've won races in every single season, but it was more and more difficult. And now that we have just that little extra edge, gives me a lot of confidence. And there's still many ovals. I used to fear ovals, and now I feel like it's gonna be even easier on ovals. So
Nice.
like if the luck is there, we may never lose again. But no, that's not right. But there's so much confidence in the team now.
Yeah, with Big O coming up next week, what has the 74 team done to prepare for it? And what's on slate for you guys in the team as we head to the dirt in just a few days?
Uh, I would say in the past we used to think about it a lot, the dirt, difference between dirt and asphalt, and we may have overthink it in the past, and we're just seeing it as another oval. It's much different, but at the same time, nothing has really worked for us in the past. So we're just going to try something new by trying nothing. so
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's the plan right now. Yeah.
So you guys got some more ovals coming up. You guys are going out west, and then there's some road races in about a month or so. What's on slate for you and the team to prepare for that?
The cars are ready. We didn't have any big accident. Nothing really. We're just and one like I said, the trust in Etienne as a crew chief is so good. But and it's very rare. I would say that it's never happened in my career, and probably not to any other driver. But we unload the car at every single race we went this year. We unloaded the car from the trailer. We tried some different things in practice and came back to the original setup. So every single race we could have done zero practice, and we would have had the same speed, same car. So that's we're going that the next ovals the same way, and GP3R, and we know that the car is gonna be good because I think we've never had a crew chief that intelligent as we have now. So
Okay, that'll be exciting to look forward to. So you mentioned kind of how you're more of a road guy. What are your thoughts on the absence of the street road course, especially early to midpoint at this point in the season? Especially now that IndyCar has announced Toronto's going to return to their schedule. Would you like to see maybe something like that? Get another road course earlier on in the season?
early or not, it doesn't really matter. For sure, it's we appreciate. I'm more like you said, a road course guy. But I appreciate the dirt, the oval asphalt, and for sure it's even nicer when it's one of each every not like 5 ovals in a row.
Hmm.
But at the same times, it's I don't really think about it. I would have a preference for an oval earlier in the season, but really at the end. Doesn't make a big difference, but for sure I would like more road course. 4 out of 14 is not enough, I think, for me as a road course driver. So having a good oval car now is makes it easier, but it used to be really tough to win a championship being a road course driver. You only have 4 road courses in 14 races, but I think we just need like Toronto to come back in the schedule, and that would be great.
Yeah, I think that's echoed throughout the garage for sure. And just to wrap it up here, in 2023 for the 74 team, what were some of the things that didn't align for a championship season? And what's it going to take for you and the team to get your first championship this year?
Mechanical failure. That was it all season long.
Mhm.
And some drivers are even worse. We look at Ranger last year. It was even worse. He had mechanical failure every single races. And some drivers had zero mechanical failure through the year. So that's disappointing. The way the point system works, it penalize a lot the drivers that have failures, and I think that's what hurt us a lot last year. And we had those mechanical failure at the bigger races where there's more entry, more drivers, so bigger loss in points. And that's something you cannot control because it happened in the past that we change parts, parts that are working well on the car. We change them for new parts just in case they break and the new part breaks. So you're
Mm.
trying to avoid failures, and that's when it comes. So it's really there's nothing you can do, and just hope for the best.
Right. Yeah. Well, let's say the stars all align for the 74 team, and then we're at um, we're at the final race of the season in Quebec. What would it mean to win a championship in Quebec?
It would mean a lot for sure. I've come so close so many times, and in 10 years, um, for sure at the end it would mean a lot, especially doing it in Quebec. But I don't think about it. I'll
Hmm.
be happy at the end, but I've been so close so many times, and the deal breaker was mechanical failure every single time. So I just I put that in the hands of the luck, and I just my job.
Yeah, we're hoping that that it'll happen for you this year, man. Who would you like to thank as we wrap it up here?
Uh, the whole team, they've worked so hard adding drivers to our team. And the deal with our teammates came really late. So all the guys, they worked so hard. It's crazy. And for sure, our sponsors, Napa, they're very active with us. It's nice to have them on board, but it's also nice to see them that they're activating the program, and they're happy to be at the track and promote the program. So it's just nice. It's just a big, great team, and good atmosphere. So that's nice.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear, and we'll wrap it up here. Thanks, Kev, for coming on the show again.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.